Sir, now take very special care. All fundamental data types are immutable. Okay, so like int, float, complex, int, float, complex, next bool, and then str. All these things are immutable. Don't worry, sir, everything is immutable. Okay, like, but object reusability concept applicable only for int type, float type, bool type, str type. So for complex type, object reusability concept is not applicable. Maybe internally the way of representation is the different, maybe at memory level. So here object reusability is not there, but it is immutable. Remember that. So now where is the proof for that? Yes, if you consider a is equal to 10, b is equal to 10, print of a is b. True is the answer. True is the answer, because for int always it is going to use existing object only. Next a is equal to 10.5, b is equal to 10.5. okay, print of a is b. Okay, in the case of float also we are always going to get existing object. We are always going to reuse existing object only. True, sir. Sir, now a is equal to true, b is equal to true, print of a is b. Yes, a is b. What are the answers are? True. Yes, we covered, we executed already all these things, right? Next, a is equal to Durga, a is equal to Durga, b is equal to Durga, print of a is b. What answers are? True is the answer. Okay, well, so object reusing this capability available for int, available for float, bool, and then string type, but not applicable for complex type. Where is the proof for that? Now observe, a is equal to 10 plus 20j. A is equal to 10 plus 20j. B is equal to 10 plus 20j. Are you getting? So in this case, even content is the same. Compulsory a new object will be created in the case of complex numbers. Now observe, print of a is b. In this case, false is the answer we have to get. Are you getting, right? So only object reusability concept not applicable for complex numbers, except complex. For the remaining data types it's always applicable, man, in the fundamental types. But complex is immutable. Immutability is the common property, sir. All are immutable, but reusing the object is not there for complex numbers. Maybe internal memory representation, the way of representation may be different because of some internal reason. But anyway, we are not going to use complex numbers that much frequently. Don't worry about that. Let me show up to this, right? Observe carefully. Here a is equal to 10, b is equal to 10, print of a is b. I'm taking, sir. What answer we are going to get? True itself is the answer. Now 10.5, b is a 10.5, a is a b. I'm taking. What the answer? True. True itself is the answer, sir. Next, a is a false. I'm taking. Okay, need not be true, sir. False I'm taking. Sir, b is also false, sir. Sir, both false object means only one object will be there internally. Sir, true itself is the answer. Next, a is equal to Durga, b is equal to Durga, like this, right? A is b. What the answer? True itself is the answer. But what about complex number? 10 plus 20j. 10 plus 20j, even the content is the same, but the answer we are going to get what? False is the answer, sir. Okay, well, so object reusability concept applicable for all fundamental types except complex, but all fundamental types including complex are immutable, right? Next, here one small clarity I have to provide. So we can execute Python program, Python script. I wrote some script and I'm trying to execute. It is the standard way, sir. Do you know we can execute from Python IDLE, sir, Python ideal console also you can execute, sir, or simply Python console also you can execute, sir. Remember Python console, okay, Python console, IDLE, these things are REPL tools. Are you getting what is this one, sir? REPL tools. REPL means read, evolve, print. Read, evolve, print, and loop. Again repeat the same process. REPL tools. These things are not standard IDEs or not standard editors to develop the programs. So these are just to test the small coding snippets. We are going to use this, but these may show different behavior. Don't worry, sir. If you are going to use your IDEs, Atom IDE, PyCharm IDE, or Spider, or otherwise standard whatever approach I am using, all these cases our discussion is valid. But in the case of IDLE, Python console, these are just a small REPL tools to execute small coding snippets. Here you may get different results. Don't worry about that, sir. Observe that how you can conclude. Have a look once, sir. I'm taking A is equal to 1000. Have you observed very carefully, sir? A is equal to 1000, B is equal to 1000, A is B. So standard approach I'm taking. Can you please tell what the answer we have to get? True itself is the answer, sir. True is the answer we are getting. But the same thing I can ask in the IDLE. Okay, so Python IDLE. Let me launch it, sir. Okay, the same question I'm asking. This is the Python IDLE. A is equal to 1000, B is equal to 1000. A is a B or not? What the answer we are getting? Are you seeing the answer, right? So the answer in the Python IDLE is a false we are going to get. So don't worry about that. It is not standard. Okay, it is not a standard. Same way, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10, A is a B I'm taking. Sir, now you are getting true. Now you are getting true, sir. So it means this IDLE is going to reuse existing object up to certain range only. I hope that the range is, I hope that the range is 0 to 256. The range in the case of int 0 to 256 only in this. Maybe IDLE tool or consoles or Python console, like it is within this range only. But in the case of float, observe the behavior two worst. A is equal to 10.5, B is equal to 10.5. I am taking, sir. A is the 10.5, B is the 10.5, A is B. We have to get a true, sir, because in the case of float also we will have reusing, but here false we are going to get. Means this is not standard. Don't worry about that. Next, similarly Python console also. Just now I showed, right? Python console py. I am taking, sir. A is equal to 10.5, B is equal to 10.5. Like I am taking. A is B or not? False we are going to get, sir. A is equal to 1000 I am taking, B is equal to 1000 I am taking, A is B. Yes, false we are going to get. So don't worry about console, Python console and the Python IDLE. It may show different results, but these are not standard. Sir, whatever approach we are following is the standard. If you want, you can execute in the PyCharm, same results we are going to get. Clear for all of right? Now, up to this, any doubt? What is the meaning of immutability? Okay, like. Sir, by this time, you people got very clearly what is about immutability, why this immutability concept is required, up to that clear. Now, some students may ask, sir, immutability, okay? Can you please show at least one example about mutability also, so that we will get complete picture? Like you may ask. Sir, very simple example, what I have to discuss, observe carefully, sir. Here, after completing our fundamental data types, the next level advanced data types we have to discuss list concept, tuple concept, like there you will get much clarity, but a bit advanced. Let me show one small example to get basic idea. Do you know A is equal to 10, sir? How many values here represent? Only one value, 10. But if I can consider list, sir, list, how many values a list can represent? Multiple values. Are you getting how many values a list can represent? Multiple values. A group of values represented by list. How you can access these elements? By using index. Python is always 0 index based. Remember, L of 0, its value is the 10. L of 1, its value is the 20. Okay, like this basic idea, sir. List means a group of objects. We can access each element by using index. That's all. But anyway, in the next video we will discuss list data structure in detail. Don't worry, sir. Sir, now my question is, all fundamental data types are immutable. Immutable. Once we create an object, we can't perform any changes. If you are trying to perform any change, compulsory a new object will be created. You know, right? Okay. Sir, here I am taking x is equal to 10, x is equal to x plus 1. Like, can you please tell what will happen? X is 10. X is equal to x plus 1 means a new object will be created. Now onwards x is pointing to this one. We discussed already, it is the immutable. But list is mutable. List is mutable object. In the existing object only, you can perform any changes, no problem at all. Sir, what it means? Observe carefully, right? Sir, here L is equal to 10, 20, 30 is there, sir. Observe very carefully. L is equal to 10, 20, 30 is there. Okay, 10, 20, 30. This is the list what we have. L is the reference variable for that. Okay, well. Now I'm trying to print L, sir. What is the address of L? Okay, ID of L. ID of L. Some address you are going to get. Now L of 0 is equal to 7777, like I'm taking. Sir, now I'm trying to change the content of this list. If the list is mutable, obviously in the existing object only we require to perform changes. Correct, right? So L of 0 is equal to 7777 means now this one replaced with 7777 in the existing object only. Remember this one. So once we create list object, you can perform any changes in the existing object. This changeable behavior is nothing but mutability concept. Okay, well, list is mutable. Where is the proof? Now print address. Print address are print of ID of L. After modification, address. Before modification, address. Both the things are same because modification happened in the same object only. If you want, you can print L value, modified value by default we are going to get, sir. 20, 30 like modified value we are going to get. So means that clear practical proof. So all changes are happened in the existing object only, but not in the new object. Where is the proof? Let me execute this code. Observe carefully, sir. Here I am taking, here 1 minute. Here I am taking L is equal to 10 comma L is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30, sir. Print of ID of L. Print of ID of L and the print L. Sir, I am trying to print content of L and its address also. Okay, let me execute up to this. Yes, content is 10, 20, 30. Address is, this is the address, right? Okay, well. Now my question is L of 0 is equal to 7777 I am taking. L of 0 is equal to 7777. Print of ID of L. Sir, after modification, what is the result? Next, ID of L. Okay, like so before modification, what is the L and the address? After modification, what is the L and what is the list content and address of L? Now observe, sir, am I getting modified content but address is not changed? Meaning that so all changes will be performed in existing object only. This behavior, this changeable behavior is nothing but mutability concept. Is it clear for all of you, right? So can you please explain with an example what is the meaning of mutability? Best example. Let me go for one more small chota example, right? Have observed carefully, right? One more example to prove again. Here I am taking L1 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, like I am taking, sir. L1 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. Now, sir, this is the list we created. 10, 20, 30, 40. L1 is the reference variable. Okay, well. L2 is equal to L1. What is the meaning of this one? L2 is equal to L1 means L2 is also pointing to L1 only. L2 is also pointing to L1. Now what I want to do, how many list objects are there? 1. But how many references are there? Two reference variable. Both reference variable point into the same object. Sir, if any person trying to change the content, all those changes will be performed in the existing object only. So by using L1, if I perform some change, those changes will be reflected to L2 also, because both are pointed to the same object. In the existing object only modifications are performing. Okay, now sir, print of L1, print of L2, sir. In both cases we are going to get 10, 20, 30, 40 only. Okay, well, now L1 of 0 is equal to 7777. L1 of 0 is equal to 7777. I am taking. Where will be performed, sir? L1 of 0 means 7777, like 10 will be replaced in the same object. Now the change will be reflected to L2 also. Now let me print again, print of L1, print of L2. What is the output we are going to get in both cases, sir? Do you know? First element replaced with 7777, 20, 30, 40. So by using L1, if you perform any change, that the change will be reflected to L2, because both are pointing to the same object. In the existing object only content will be modified. Sir, with those changes a new object created? No. In the existing object only modification performed. This changeable behavior is the mutable. Observe carefully. Sir, now L2 of 1. This time I am trying to change by using L2. L2 of 1 means 20, sir. Is replaced with 8888. L2 of is replaced with 8822. What 8888? What it means is this one replaced with 8888, right? So this change will be reflected for L1 or not? Yes, because both are pointed the same. In the existing object only all changes are going to be happen. Now print of L1, print of L2. What is the answer we are going to get in both cases? 7777, okay, 8888, 30, 40 is the answer we are going to get. Friends, everyone in the position to understand clearly. So in the case of list, the modifications are happening in the same object or not? Yes, that's why list is mutable. So can you please explain basic example to understand mutability concept? Best example to understand, let me execute this code. Have a look once. I'm taking L is equal to L1 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, sir. Okay, well, L2 is equal to L1. So both are pointing to the same object. Print of L1, next print of L2, like this I'm taking, sir. Okay, well, print of L1 and L2. Let me execute after this. Yes, the content is the same. Now by using L1, I'm trying to change the content. L1 of 0 is equal to 7777. Okay, print of L1, print of L2. Like, sir, observe that print of L1, print of L2. What answer we are getting? 7777. So if you perform any change to L1, automatically that change will be reflected to L2, because both are pointing to the same. Remember this one, sir. Okay, next by using L2, I want to perform some change. L2 of 1 is equal to 8888. Print of L1 and print of L2. Automatically that change will be reflected to L1 or not? Can you please observe that? Yes, that change will be reflected to L1, L2. So both it's going to reflect. So clear indication, all changes performed in the existing object only. This changeable behavior is nothing but what? Mutability concept. Are you able to understand, right? Sir, up to this any doubt? So what is the meaning of immutability? But anyway, from this just you should aware all fundamental data types are immutable. Okay, once we create an object, we can't perform any changes in that object. If any person trying to change, automatically a new object will be created. So why immutability is required? Because of object reusability concept internally. So can you please give an example for mutability? List is the best example, which is the mutable. But anyway, in the next classes we are going to use mutable, immutable repeatedly. You should have clear clarity at this stage only. Up to this is the clear.